Hello, I'm Transformers fan G138, and I'm here with a redo of a non-Transformers review of the Gundam 00 Riaser. Now, I'm redoing this because I really don't like the way the first one turned out, but this guy is amazing. I love putting him together. He comes all in all these little tiny pieces, and you assemble him, he comes with a little sticker sheet, and it was an extremely fun 4 hours. I actually really enjoyed putting this guy together. Some of the parts are really tiny, but anyway, so this is just the basic 00 Gundam. You can buy this like as is, or you can get the Awakening of the Trailblazer edition, which is this one, which includes their Riaser, which you can also buy separate. It's called the O Riaser. So, and together they're the 00 Riaser. Anyway, supposedly in this series, this GN reactor is now replaced by just compressed particles and whatever. I didn't really watch the movie too much. Yeah, still looking into buying a copy, but probably won't end up doing that. When I was assembling it, I did, however, put two of the same stickers on the same arm, so I kind of had to do the same thing over here. Little mistake. Oh well, I can live with it. You really can't tell, especially on the camera here. Well, this guy has amazing articulation. As what I've heard from some other reviews, is this is one of the most articulated Gundam ever, so it's pretty cool. He's got double knee joints, which are just phenomenal. He's got an ankle joint with a piece of the ankle that folds forward, allowing even more motion. It swivels side to side, as well as swivels there. It's on a ball and socket joint hip, with a hinge in the hip there, thigh. So it's really mobile. His various pieces of the battle skirt move. It's not as skirt isn't as prominent as in most Gundams, which I kind of like. It's out of the way. For the rest of him, he's still got a lot of articulation. His waist rotates, and he's got a little side-to-side movement up here in the abdomen. His arms have phenomenal range. I was worried that the GN reactors were actually going to hinder his motion, but they don't. These are so movable on their own that you can get these arms around all the way. It's got a double joint here in the elbow. He's got his hand is on a ball and socket joint. His whole wrist actually moves a little bit as well, which is nice. Those come off. And his head rotates in multiple places. It's got a swivel up here, it's got a built-in swivel up here in the body, as well as the whole ball and socket joint that the arm is on. And honestly, I really am glad I purchased this guy. I probably overpaid for him because I bought him at an import shop in Disney World, of course, so that went up in price. But I'm still glad I got this guy because he's amazing. So now I get to get into the cool stuff. What he actually does. So he's got these blades hanging off his GN reactors, and these are kind of cool on him as they are. Keep knocking him over. He's not unsturdy. That's just me. So he's got these blades. They're not my favorite off of him. To get them to where you can use them, pop off the blue piece, and there's 2 notches where you can plug it in. You plug it in so you can see the gray piece. They fold up this way so they go around the reactor, which is kind of cool. They can actually go on with that up or down. I think it looks a little bit better up though. Kind of hides it a bit better. So, oh, that one's the one already down. Don't have to redo that one. So go back here. Same thing, this one. So these two can now plug together. One of these moves, the other one doesn't, and plugs into the center. Then the blades can slide out. And you can use this as a shield / attacky thingy. This is okay. I find it very unstable in his arm. Any tap and it falls off. This is why I like it on the wings, or the GN reactors, because it looks kind of cool. You can actually also take them and put them each on one of his arms. Blades extended or not, your choice. But again, they don't stay on there very well. That's my only complaint. I do like them on the GN reactors though. So he has his nice solid swords here, which slide into his hands with no problem. The only thing to watch out for is if you bump this the wrong way, these white pieces on the hands like to fall off, and they're not easy to find. I'm almost tempted to glue them into place, but yeah. So you got the solid blades, which are nice. So they look phenomenal. You can actually transform them into their rifle modes, which I'm not as big a fan for. You pull off the blade and turn it. Flip this down. Flip this down. Keep this out. There I go again, knock him down. Slide the thing into his hand and close the blue piece. And that provides enough pressure to keep it in the hand. So there, he can have a blaster and a sword thing. What's also neat is they include the GN beams with it. For the sword. So they kind of just sit in there and kind of plug in. So it literally extends his sword by like double in length, but it looks pretty neat. And you get two of them, so you can put it on the other one. I suppose you can actually make it look like it's shooting as well, like if you really wanted to, but whatever. It's cool. I prefer to use these as two solid swords than the beam cannon, or the beam mode, or the rifle mode, I guess it's called. It's just my preference. So that's cool. Also comes with this little thing here, which actually replaces a couple of pieces right on here, the handle pieces to be exact. I didn't file this piece down, I just kind of clipped it out, so I can't actually get it to fit in his hand right now. However, this is so you can plug both swords together, put it in his hand so he can do his double wieldy thing he does in the show. It was not my favorite, don't particularly like it. It's there though, if you want to use it. So, those are his original pretty cool weapons. They also, you know, clip into the side skirts, no problem. Some kits apparently have very loose connections with the side skirts, so mine does not. Even if it does, a little layer of super glue on here, and let that dry before putting it on, will provide enough friction force to hold it on. I do that with some Transformers on occasion. So, now this other accessory here, his hand, you can actually pull this white piece off and plug it into his open hand. So So you can have his open hand. That's pretty neat. It's cool. Not my favorite. I prefer to have him with the closed hand, just because I'm more accustomed to having a permanent hand on my characters, like Transformers and such. So, it's just my preference. So, there's one last really cool accessory, and that's the GN Sword 3. So, pretty much opens, slide it in the hand, close it, and plug it into the back of the arm. And you have this really massive beam molded with translucent plastic. It's pretty amazing. And he's got wide range of motion with this thing. Like, really cool. Plus, this also has a rifle mode by just bending this back, and there's his rifle mode. This also includes a GN particle output beam thing made of these two huge orange or translucent red pieces, which slide over the end and plug into all the gun ports. And it makes it heavier, but he has no problem holding it as long as you balance him. And yeah, so that's cool too. I suppose you can make it look like that's his beam, because you can, even though it's not supposed to, you can still plug it in this way. So you can actually make it look like he's shooting. Like, I mean, if you really wanted to. It's not, I don't think that's what it's designed for, but whatever. So, setting this guy aside for a moment, take his saber out for a moment. Talk about the Riaser. So this is pretty cool. It's just a bunch of plastic put together and into this little spacecraft that Saji pilots, and helps out Setsuna FSA. So it's pretty cool. It's got some motion in itself. It's got these hinges here. It's got movable panels, all for decoration purposes. So it's not bad. It's okay. So this actually does combine with this, of course, which the originals do too. You can actually buy these separately. This one just came packaged together, which was nice. So to pull these off, you literally just push it back and out. And then to start the combination mode, pull this out, which is in two spots. Rotate it down and around, so this is at an angle. And that plugs into his... Well, actually, before I do that, these GN reactors actually have to be removed. Sometimes these are not the easiest to remove, but that's why I don't like necessarily, if I want to display them in the other mode, I usually don't put in the original GN reactors. I just keep the replacement reactors in, because it's a lot easier to attach my and that is a broken piece. Be careful when removing the GN particles so not to snap these. Fortunately, I have some super glue. I can put that back together later. See where it snapped off there? That's something to be cautious of. So, this kit just went from unmodified to modified. Again, this is a model kit. It's not really designed to go back and forth as many times as I've made it. Wow, so everybody's been watching me a solid minute try to struggle to take these GN reactors out. And there! Successfully taken out without missing pieces. Now, here's another thing. My forehead piece will not stay in very well, so that's another piece I want to super glue in place. The plug is very loose. Okay, so now that these GN reactors are out, these GN reactor caps go over the GN drives, which literally just plug in like so. And then you can attach the Riaser in the back. And then to attach the sides, you want to just flip these pieces out like this. Pull these pieces out just a little. And plug these into the ends. And there you have the double O Riaser in his combined form. And this is pretty neat. I like this figure. Well, there's one thing I have not discussed yet, and that's his beam sabers. And they're stored in his back of his skirt, and the beam handles can actually go in the side, so it looks like it flipped up, so you can grab it if you wish. I mean, really, it's not that big of a deal. The beam saber handles can fit in his hands, no problem. And what I don't understand is some of these kits don't come with beams for the beam sabers, and I don't understand why they wouldn't. However, the two Gundams I bought both have their sabers, their beams, including this one. So his beam sabers almost, in my opinion, look cooler than his actual solid swords. And that's just my opinion, though. A lot of people disagree. I kind of dig it this way. Pretty cool looking. So this guy actually looks pretty cool. Doesn't quite fit in with my Transformer collection, but it's very nice. I enjoy it. So I'm pretty sure that covers all the parts to him. If you have any questions about the guy, please leave me a comment down below or send me a message and I will answer those for you. And if you have any video requests, post down below and I will do those up. You can also send me a message for those. Hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.